To go. Okay,
Awesome.
guys. Well, just wanted to start out and say thank you so much for taking some of your time today during your lunch hour to join us as we're celebrating the Eastern Iowa March for Babies virtual celebration right now. My name is Megan Valenta, and I'm a development specialist here in the Eastern Iowa market. And we appreciate everything you've done for us this year and just wanted to come together as a community and recognize some of those accomplishments. So right now, I would like to introduce to you Lindsay Gruber.
All right, thanks, Megan. Thanks for kicking us off and for the introduction. As you guys know, my name is Lindsay Gruber. I'm the Senior Development Manager for March of Dimes here in Eastern Iowa. Did you guys know that 2020 marks the 50th anniversary for March for Babies? Back in 1970, when Walk America began, which was an innovative new form of community fundraising, we knew that we were going to change the world, and here we are 50 years later.
I went too far. Thanks, guys. All right. Well, the work of March of Dimes impacts all moms and babies. Every baby born this year will benefit from the works of our very first medical director, Virginia Apgar, and our more recent work on the importance of folic acid, amongst other breakthroughs. Through our direct service work in providing continuing education care to professionals, we were able to reach 700,000 women this year. We proudly champion and advocate for the policies that help and improve the lives of both moms and babies, but our work continues.
So as you guys know, we are in a global pandemic. Who would have thought, right? So we've really had to pivot and be flexible in our efforts this year. And March of Dimes, we've really transitioned the way that we support moms and families. And I just like to share some of the ways that we have supported families throughout the nation during the COVID-19 crisis. So these ways include free virtual NICU support programming for families, virtual prenatal programs for moms-to-be, COVID-19 interventions and support for moms and babies, educational programming, including the live Facebook panel discussions to get info into the hands of moms and families, as well as necessary supplies for expecting mothers, including blood pressure cuffs, masks, and so much more.
We'd also like to recognize that locally throughout the COVID pandemic and at its peak, we continue to support our local healthcare community heroes. We partnered with Nick's Bar and Grill to deliver pizzas to our local NICU and Women's Center at both Unity Point and Mercy Hospitals. We also dropped off goodie bags that were sponsored by General Mills to fuel our nursing staffs.
So March for Babies Step Up, which was the new campaign that we rolled out right in the middle of the pandemic this spring. So I just want to share some of the numbers with you guys. We had 7 different activations that we launched, which included the actual Step Up campaign. We had a Wake Up and Step Up campaign, the Why I Walk Challenge. We introduced a superhero day. We had a 5x5 challenge, and we also issued a TikTok challenge for those of you who are on TikTok. So through the Step Up app that we launched this spring, more than 418 million steps were taken and tracked through this app, which is approximately 167,000 miles, which is 9 times around the Earth or halfway to the moon. Pretty impressive. We had over 333 million earned media impressions through our launch. And it was the first of its kind. Back on May 15th, we had our virtual Step Up gathering, which had more than 30,000 engagements. We reached more than 98,000 people, and our video of that campaign was viewed more than 71,000 times.
That's great. Lindsay, we also made a local impact. Your support helps empower families with the information, programs, and tools. By supporting March for Babies, you make a statement that you want to live in a world where healthy moms and strong babies are a priority for all of us. And this impact hits home for more than 39,000 babies that are born in Iowa each year. Here in Eastern Iowa, we raised an amazing $113,000. We secured $45,000 through our corporate partners, who we will recognize later today, And we had 25 company teams participate in March for Babies, as well as 32 family teams who joined and participated in our Touching Tribute experience.
So I'd like to take a moment to recognize our 2020 March for Babies chairs. Thanks to Felicia and Seth Jungi for chairing this year's campaign. They were truly instrumental in leading the charge for this year's campaign, and it certainly looked a lot differently than we all expected. The Jungis were directly impacted by the mission of the March of Dimes when their daughter Gisela was born at 32 weeks, weighing just 3 pounds and 1 ounce. She spent over a week in the NICU learning how to breathe and eat, but thanks to the medical advancements funded and afforded by March of Dimes, Gisela is now a healthy, active, and thriving 7-year-old. So thanks again to the Jungis.
We would also like to take some time to give some special recognition to our 2 ambassador families that campaigned our fundraising efforts this year. First of all, the Krukenberg family, who championed the Cedar Rapids area. Their daughter, Ruby Joy, was a Christmas miracle. She was born over 2 months too soon, and she weighed only 2 pounds and 11 ounces at birth. She spent 51 days in the NICU and came home only 1 day before Valentine's Day. This year at our kickoff, April shared with us that before being approached with the opportunity to serve as an ambassador family, she wasn't fully aware of everything that we did for them as the March of Dimes in the fight for moms and babies. They didn't realize that the very life-saving steroid that their daughter received was made possible by research funded at events just like this, in communities like ours, and with individuals like each of you. So thank you so much to April, Jeremiah, Noah, Charlie, Ruby, and Harper for sharing your story and your fight this year. We also need to thank our Iowa City ambassador family, the J family. The J family led the efforts in the Iowa City community this year, and they raised an outstanding $4,247. Their daughter, Annabelle, came into this world at only 27 weeks, weighing a very small 1 pound, 8 ounces. And they were able to take their little girl home after 82 days in the NICU. As a kidney transplant recipient, Casey was all too familiar with the medical world, and they accepted the possibility of a high-risk pregnancy. They stated at kickoff that nothing really prepares you for when it actually happens. To leave a hospital without your baby, to navigate the challenges between life at home and life at the hospital. And no family should ever have to face that uncertainty. That is why the J family is fighting, with the hope that someday no one else will. So thank you again to Joe, Casey, Annabelle, and your entire family for being champions for the March of Dimes and our mission this year.
You guys, we're just so grateful to all of the partners that believe that all babies deserve the best possible start. So we'd like to take some time to recognize our corporate partners for the 2020 campaign. So let's start by recognizing our gold sponsors, who include Collins Aerospace, Green State Credit Union, and Transamerica. Thank you for your leadership and commitment to our mission during this very difficult time in our community. We have many silver sponsors to thank this year. They include Collins Community Credit Union, OB-GYN Associates, Cortral, Raining Rose, Schimberg, UFG Insurance, and Van Meter. Thank you for your dedication and for stepping up in the fight for healthier moms and stronger babies. Your support of March of Dimes helps give the 4 million babies born each year the best possible start. We're also grateful to partner with our March for Babies bronze sponsors this year. They include Ackley, Kopecky, and Kingery, Farmers State Bank, Mercy Cedar Rapids, and General Mills. Thank you for your generosity.
We also want to acknowledge our Iowa City partners this year, Shills, Hills Bank, Knutson Construction. They stepped up in the fight for healthier moms, stronger babies, and brighter outcomes. We also have national partners at the March of Dimes that we want to recognize, HCA Healthcare, RB, and our regional partner, Publix. Thank you for everything that you're doing to support us nationwide.
So here's the exciting time, you guys. We get to recognize our top corporate teams in order from number 10 to number 1. So we are going to start out with the number 10 fundraising team, which was Benchmark Inc., raising $1,360 this year. Number 9, Hills Bank and Trust with $1,531. Number 8, Great America Financial with just over $2,000. Number 7, Farmers State Bank with $2,781. Number 6, General Mills in Cedar Rapids with $2,953. At number 5, Transamerica Aegon, $5,120. Number 4, United Fire Group with $5,366. Number 3, Green State Credit Union, $5,545. Number 2, Collins Aerospace here in Cedar Rapids with $8,277. And drum roll please, the number 1 team this year is Collins Community Credit Union, Chance for Life, raising $15,601. Congratulations to these top corporate teams for 2020.
And next, we definitely have to recognize our top family teams. So coming in at number 10 this year is the Burke family of Iowa City, raising $1,068. And number 9 is Team Scow at $1,371. Number 8 is the Comer Kids at $1,638. Then Miles for Miles and Distance for Dirks at $1,736. Team Kenyon at $1,974. LWV, Your Pace or Mine at $2,835. Joy Squad, our ambassador family from Cedar Rapids at $2,337,000. Team Swish for $2,864. Blueberry J, our Iowa City ambassador family at $4,247. And our number 1 team is Ian and McKenna's team at $9,965. Thank you again to all of our family teams. We appreciate your efforts so very much. Next, we have the pleasure of speaking about our Circle of Champions. This is a very special group of fundraisers that raise over $1,000 individually. Our 2020 Circle of Champions raised nearly $40,000 this year in the Eastern Iowa market. So please be very proud of your efforts.
So we've got a lot of Circle of Champions members to recognize this year. We're so excited and we're truly so grateful for your effort. So first we're going to recognize Trevor Burke, Lindsay McCoy, Mary Kenyon, Jean Neighbor, Jolene Grau, Jenny Comer, Casey J, Andrea Scow, Krista Porter, Gina Steele, Megan Valenta, and Lindsay Gruber for your efforts as Circle of Champions. But wait, you guys, there are more.
There are more, guys. We have got even more Circle of Champions. A special thank you to Dale and Suzanne Felton, Sydney Garrett, Christine Garrett, McKenna Felton, JJ and Emily Breen, April Krukenberg, EJ and Amber Bell, John Herkelman, Elizabeth Keeter, Amanda Maddox, Ben Wickham, and our board chair, Chris Tyler. Catch up with my notes here, guys. So we'd like to take a moment now to congratulate a very special team in our community. We want to honor Ian and McKenna's team. This team is captained by Dale and Suzanne Felton, and Ian and McKenna's team has raised $110,000 for the March of Dimes in their fight for March for Babies. In 2015, they proudly served as the Cedar Rapids March for Babies ambassador family, bravely sharing their story of loss and prematurity. In their ambassador year, Ian and McKenna's team raised over $26,000, setting a new record for Eastern Iowa's ambassador families. This year, they celebrated their 15th year participating in the Cedar Rapids March for Babies. Thank you so much, Ian and McKenna's team, for your outstanding dedication to March of Dimes. You make a difference in our community.
So next, I get to recognize another milestone for this particular team. Congrats to Collins Community Credit Union and Chance for Life. For over a decade, Collins Community Credit Union and Chance for Life has supported the Cedar Rapids March for Babies event. Year after year, their team has proudly produced several Circle of Champions who individually collect over $1,000 in donations. They also lead the community with top individual and corporate team fundraising time and time again. This year, in the midst of a pandemic, the team did not let up and they were determined to meet the goals that they had set out to reach. EJ Bell, Karen Altus, and Ben Wickham proudly presented a check for $15,600 to the March of Dimes this summer. Their team reached a pinnacle mark as they proudly celebrated the milestone of reaching $150,000 in cumulative fundraising as a team. They were the top fundraising team for the Cedar Rapids March for Babies event, as well as the top fundraising team here in Eastern Iowa and for the entire state of Iowa. Thank you to Collins Community Credit Union, Chance for Life for stepping up during this unprecedented year and continuing your fight for moms and babies. You are a leader and a true example of when we come together as a community, we are stronger than ever. You guys are truly making a difference.
We did want to share also that although we were unable to gather in person for our walk this year, Collins Community Credit Union, a longstanding corporate partner with March of Dimes, hosted a drive-through bank day in which the walkers could drop off their donations, and in exchange, they received their participant t-shirts and a goodie bag filled with branded items from our 2020 corporate sponsors.
So you guys, we're really excited to share a new initiative that we have just launched, and we will be running through November, through World Prematurity Day, which is November 17th. For every $1,000 donation or higher that we are able to secure this fall, March of Dimes will donate a Lenovo tablet to our local hospital partners to be used with patients in the NICU and the maternity service departments. These tablets will come preloaded with a March of Dimes background. They will include the My NICU Baby app, an icon for the News Moms Need blog, our March of Dimes YouTube channel, Share Your Story, and marchofdimes.org. And each tablet will come with a March of Dimes branded case. If you guys are interested in learning more about this really special initiative that we've just launched, please feel free to reach out to myself or to Megan Valenta. Our goal is to gift 15 tablets to our local NICU partners here in Eastern Iowa, and you all can help us make this impact.
Thanks, Lindsay. And finally, thank you to everybody who's participating on the call today, who sponsored and supported us. And of course, I went too far. It means the world to us that you guys supported us through this really difficult time in our community. We're so proud of what we did. Anyone that has joined us today will be entered into a drawing for some March of Dimes swag, and we will follow up after the meeting to let you know if your name is drawn. And finally, thank you so much, guys, and have a great day.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining us, and congratulations.